So what do you think? Do you, because since you are an engineer, so did you practice it, or it was like an inbuilt for an engineer to perform better in GS2, or you did it, or you didn't take any chance for paper 2 as well?
Sir, I think I neglected CSAT and I was not able to. I was in a dicey situation because my CSAT paper was not that great. Because I thought that I would have missed the cutoff in CSAT because 67 marks are required. Because there were two things. Firstly, I judged my GS paper in prelims way too ahead of the time, and I thought that GS paper has not gone very well. So that pressure was there on me. Secondly, I didn't practice much of the question papers for the CSAT. So in that 2 hours, it was very difficult for me to remember my formulas in engineering, which I was taught, and that was very difficult. So I will advise the viewers and the aspirants to beforehand practice some of the CSAT papers, because you do not want to waste your attempt just because of qualifying paper as CSAT. So that will be my advice to the students.
Yes, I think very valuable advice indeed. Like art and culture is there, world history is there. So you covered entire syllabus, or you chose selectively as per the some important sections, or you covered everything?
So I think when it comes to mains examination, cost benefit analysis is very important for the topics which are mentioned in syllabus copy. So I made that cost benefit analysis, and for art and culture, I referred only fine arts NCERT, wherein I limited my resource to that, and I will advise students not to indulge in doing PhD in art and culture, because there will be maximum one or two questions from art and culture, and that will suffice for it. Secondly, as you mentioned, the world history. Sir, I do have read the world history, because many of the times one or two questions comes in GS1 paper, but I very selectively read it, because syllabus copy points mention some very specific events, like World War is there, American Revolution is there, French Revolution is there. Then you have to read about some wars like Israel-Arab war. So these are very specific topics which I read from a standard book, and I made my own notes from that. And I think that suffices for me, because sometimes very genuine, so very broad questions are being asked. Like this time, American and French revolutions, the values were asked, and
Both
sometimes
combined.
very specific questions are asked, like the decolonization in Malayan Peninsula, which nobody will knew the exact answer. So your answer writing comes handy in these topics, and that was basically my strategy for such niche topics in syllabus.
There is one question which I remember, Harsh, and since you belong to Marathwad, I think the water scarcity problem is there in your region as well. The question related to water stress. So, since you have been part of that region, so in those questions which are related to water stress, did you apply some case studies in your paper one? Because you are virtually not, you're really seeing those things happening in your districts or nearby region. So, does it help? Does it help an aspirant writing case studies in paper one in such type of questions where you can put down? Because you can see there was a train coming to Latur, coming of
Yes.
water, and then there are other stuff like women are queuing up and they're entering in a well for getting water. So this particular region, I think such kind of questions comes with an emotional connect to you. So how
Yes,
did
sir.
you approach such questions? Do you write case studies?
Yes, sir. Definitely, I quoted some case studies, and in the very question of the water stress, I mentioned one case study related to Pani Foundation, which is doing a great work in Marathwada, and I think that helps a lot, because that shows your analytical skills, that you are connecting a theoretical questions with practical realities in the areas in India. So case studies also help a lot to gain brownie points in answers. However, a word of caution is there, that do not write case studies in each and every answers, or in the answers where it will look mechanical, that you have artificially put a case study to increase the length of the answers. So very selectively quote case studies. I think very well-known case studies should be quoted, which examiner will surely be aware of, because that gives examiner a feel that yes, I have read this, and this is a very effective example. So I will advise students to smartly and organically code the case studies to gauge the brownie points and not overdo it.